Today we're going to dive into a story. It sounds really simple on the surface, but trust me, it holds a pretty profound secret for finding some mental peace. And the best part? We're not talking about complex techniques here. This is about one fundamental shift in focus that, honestly, could change everything.
But first, let me ask you something. Does your mind ever just feel like a storm? You know, that constant whirlwind of thoughts and worries and memories that just refuses to quiet down? If you're nodding along, you're definitely not alone. And that mental chatter? That's exactly where our story kicks off.
So let's meet our guy, Marco. He's 24 years old, and his mind is in total turmoil. He's basically living inside that mental storm we just talked about, wrestling with a problem that I think a lot of us know all too well. See, his thoughts are completely stuck. They're bouncing between these two poles. On one side, regret and sadness for things that are already over and done with, and on the other, just this constant anxiety about stuff that hasn't even happened yet. He's living everywhere but right here, in the present moment. And you know, this wasn't just in his head. It was having real physical effects on him. He felt uneasy and just bone-tired all the time. Finding a moment of calm? Impossible. Getting a good night's sleep? Forget about it. He'd even forgotten what it felt like to genuinely smile. That's the heavy price you pay for a mind that never, ever rests. So Marco finally hits a breaking point. He realizes he just can't keep living like this. And then he hears a rumor, just a little glimmer of hope that sends him off on a journey, a real quest for a quiet mind.
The rumor is about this wise old man living in a village, far away. But here's the detail that really hooks Marco. The man isn't just some mystic, he's a former psychologist. And that's what gives Marco real hope that maybe, just maybe, there's a practical solution to finding the peace he so desperately needs. After a really long journey, Marco finally finds the wise man, and he just lays it all out there. You can feel the exhaustion and the desperation in his words, can't you? This isn't just a question, it's a plea from someone who's at their absolute wit's end. Now, you'd expect some deep, philosophical answer, right? Well, nope. Instead of a lecture, the wise man gives him a very strange and very specific task. And this is where the lesson really begins, not with words, but with an action. The instructions seem simple, but they're incredibly challenging. He hands Marco a glass of water, filled right to the very brim, and tells him to walk through the bustling village and back. And the rule? The one condition was absolute. You must not spill even a single drop. So Marco takes on the challenge, and to pull it off, he has to pour every ounce of his attention into one single thing, that glass of water. The busy street, the people shouting, the dogs barking, all of it just fades into the background. His entire universe shrinks down to the shimmering surface of the water in that glass.
And he does it. Marco comes back, and not a single drop was spilled. He's successful. And now comes the big reveal, because it turns out the task itself was the lesson.
The wise man doesn't even say good job. Instead, he just asks him a couple of simple questions. While he was so focused on carrying that water, did he notice any of the life happening around him? The kids playing? The dogs barking?
And boom, there it is. Marco's answer is the key to this whole thing. His focus was so total, so complete, that the chaos of the world outside him, and more importantly, the chaos inside his own head, it just disappeared. It ceased to exist.
So here's the core idea, the big secret. By focusing every bit of his attention on that glass of water, Marco accidentally discovered the power of the present moment. Think about it. Your brain's attention is a finite thing, right? When you give it one tangible job to do, there's just no mental bandwidth left for all those vague worries about the past or fears about the future. The wise man then finally puts the lesson into words. He explains that peace isn't some destination you have to travel to. It's not a prize you win or something you buy. It's not out there somewhere waiting for you. It's already inside you. It's been there all along. Peace is what's left over when you clear away all the clutter, all the regrets, and all the anxieties by anchoring yourself completely in the here and now. Okay, so that's a nice story, but how do we actually use this? This isn't just a parable. It's a practical guide for your own mind. The real question becomes, what is your glass of water? That glass of water, it's not really about the water, is it? It's a metaphor. It's a symbol for any single point of concentration you choose.
It's an anchor for your attention that holds you firmly in the present so your mind doesn't get swept away by that storm. And the amazing thing is, your anchor can be anything. It can be the simple physical rhythm of your own breath. It could be truly 100% tasting your morning coffee, or just a feeling of your feet on the ground, or getting lost in the words on a single page of a book. Anything. And that really is the ultimate takeaway here. The secret to a quiet mind isn't about fighting your thoughts or trying to force them away. It's just about giving your mind something simple and immediate to focus on. And when you do that, the storm just naturally quiets down all by itself. Marco left that village a totally changed man. He didn't get some magic pill. He got a tool. He finally understood that the power to calm his own mental storm was something he could tap into anytime he wanted, just by bringing his full attention back to right now.
So that really just leaves us with one last question to think about. The tool is yours now too. The only thing left to decide is, what's your glass of water going to be? Where will you choose to place your focus to find your moment of peace today?